We have a new enemy.
We here, y'all. We here, man. Y'all do me a favor, man. Like it up and share it as soon as you come in. Y'all already know what it is, man. We most definitely finna turn up, y'all. Yeah. We finna turn up, y'all. I ain't gonna need cap. This was basically one of those videos where I debated if I should just give it to you in the video form or should we just go over this video together. And I'm like, man, you know what? This video just got too much in it for me to just, for me to just put it out as a video. It's too much information in it, especially, since over on YouTube, we already digging into the whole Shamballa situation, y'all. Okay? So, yeah, with that being said, I couldn't let that slide, y'all. What I look like? I'm like, man, let me go ahead and share this with them, man. Let me share this with my people so they can, really dive in. Y'all do me a favor. If this is your first time on YouTube, man, pound that like button up. Do not forget to hit the subscription icon and hit the post notification bell to select all. That way you'll be notified every time we go live over here. Because every time we go live on YouTube, we cutting up. See, I debated if I was going to put this on YouTube as well. Thanks for the nines, Eva Major. You know what I'm saying? Say thanks for the no problem. You already know. You already know what time it is. But yeah, see, I debated if I wanted to even put this on YouTube. But I'm like, nah, this would be good, man, to add on to what it is that we doing over there already in terms of the ancient city of Shamballa. All right. I said this would be perfect for that. You see what I'm saying? Because, I wanted to get into the story of how Admiral Byrd actually did travel over there, man. And it was said how he did discover a hole in which he went into and he discovered these ancient beings that have been down there. Okay. And a lot of these beings are your average beings that you would think would be the coneheads, so on and so forth. That's who it is that he discovered down this hole. And this is why they had to actually go back over there. From my knowledge, it wasn't about some extra land that he found. It was all about a hole that he discovered that he decided to go into, or some spacecraft met him there. Have it happen. He went in there and he discovered these beings. Y'all do me a favor, man. Like it up, share it, and drop them names. We about to cut up. Yeah. And if you is looking for crystals, man, do not be afraid to hit me at PAYIAMAWAKEND. That's payiamawaken@gmail.com, y'all. payiamawaken@gmail.com, man. If you're looking for crystals, man, hit me up, leave your number. Also, do not forget to leave a good time for me to call. That way I can reach out to you when it's best for you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Shalom, spirit. Y'all drop them nines and let me know if my audio good, man. Like it up, share it, drop them nines. Shalom to you too, Melanie Lanehart. Like I say, man, Facebook always have an odd time about the way they want to send their notifications out. That's all about who I'm trying to let get in here for a minute. It's Facebook, y'all. Make no mistake. We only got 2 shares on Facebook. Y'all do me a favor, man. Pound that share button up over there on Facebook, man. It's free. It's free. The more you like it and share it over there, man, the more other people get to hear this message, y'all. It's free. You feel me? Grand ride to you too, Steve Thornton. Brandon Washington, thanks for the nines, man. Thanks for the nines. Say, finally got the notification reflection. That's what's up, Steve Thornton. That's what's up. So like I said, I just wanted to, basically tune in to this one, right? To just, show y'all how it's a lot of people, right, in the past. Hold on, y'all. Show y'all how it's a lot of people in the past, right, that actually have, discovered these places that they want y'all to think that never existed. Some of them even live in these holes right now, y'all, to this very, very day. Okay? Some of them live in here right now to this very, very day, y'all. And so with that being said, man, let me start this out with the right spiritual energy. I want to say peace to the gods and goddesses, peace to the ancestors, peace to the high vibrational beings, peace to the spiritual guides, peace to the ascended masters, peace to the archangel, and peace to my spiritual guides for giving me the strength to do what I do on a day-to-day basis, man. Y'all already know what it is.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. But we can't run from it, gotta grab it by the antler.
We have a new enemy that can fly from pole to pole with extreme speed.
Yeah. I say, yeah. it's finna get real, y'all. Like I say, man, right now we finna get ready to dive into a situation where Admiral Byrd, for those of you who don't know who Admiral Byrd is, he's like a great scavenger, y'all. He's someone who actually went out and, in so many words, he traveled, the world. He discovered, there's like not too many places that Admiral Byrd did not go, if I'm not mistaken, on this planet. He's pretty much been everywhere, right? Except for the Atlantic at this time. A say to you too, Shayada Boskin. Okay, at this time, he been everywhere except for, pretty much Alaska. But when he did go over to Atlantis, what is it, y'all? Antarctica, excuse me. When he did go over to Antarctica, he discovered something, y'all. Something that was so big that he had to take a whole army back with him, y'all. And that's what we about to dig into now, y'all. I really just wanted to share this with y'all because, like I said, it's a lot of information that can be given, and this can't just be done over no video, right? So with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into this.
And there's an entire advanced civilization there, including some of the largest pyramids on.
And this will be short, y'all.
We have a new enemy that can fly from pole to pole with extreme speed. And there's an entire advanced civilization there, including some of the largest pyramids on Earth, right in Antarctica. And he says they come and go as they please because nobody can stop them. There's an opening next to these research facilities, the 30-meter wide opening. And when you look at it, like, what's in there? There is a situation that began to happen during World War II where they discovered that the Nazis had went down to Antarctica.
Now, what I want y'all to do is make no mistake, y'all. He is talking about Shamballa. He's talking about these 30-foot openings. He want to know what's going down there. So what he's about to get ready to do is he's about to get ready to dive back into history with you a little bit, and he finna get into the Nazis, okay? So if you've been following me for a minute, I've been dove into the Nazis, y'all. I've been dove into the Nazis, okay? In terms of not their traditional history and in terms of what they teach you in school, but when we get into like the esoterical history, when we get into the cosmic history and things like that, I dove into the Nazis and what it was that they were actually doing over there. But I'm gonna let him go ahead and talk, y'all. Let's go.
Antarctica and built the base down there, New Schwabenland. And they were like, wait a minute, why? Where they discovered that the Nazis had went down to Antarctica and built the base down there, New Schwabenland. And they were like, wait a minute, why in the world would they go to this desolate place? What's down there that they would want to go through the harsh weather and risk everything, risk even their lives to be down there and build a base? So he decided to fly down there. Now, there's an incredible story that was in Admiral Byrd's diary that was found by his kids, where he said he flew into an area that opened up at Antarctica, and he went into an area where it was lush and tropical almost. And as he got into this area, this is according to his own diary, something took over his plane, and these two UFO-type craft, circular craft, flying saucers came, and it took over his craft, and it guided him in to this area where they landed. And
now, make no mistake, you have to understand these were ancient beings. If you've been following me for a while, I told you that these beings, which is a diverse group of beings, it's not just one specific being that live, in this ancient city, y'all. Okay, but they've been. Look, you have to understand. Some of them come from other galaxies. Okay, some of them been here. They've been here for, I'm talking about years and years and years, that they've just been on here. So they have the technology, okay? They've been smart. The technology that you have, some of it you got from them, whether you want to believe it or not. You see what I'm saying? So they light years ahead of you when we talk about these spacecrafts and things like that they're creating, y'all.
They took him to meet somebody that he calls in his diary, the Master. According to this account, the Nazis had gotten help to create these craft called the Hanabu. They had 4 versions of this craft, these circular disc craft, from these people down there. The guy, this Master, told him that they were wary of the nuclear bombs that had just been utilized.
Now, see what he ain't touching on about with the Nazi. You have to understand that the Nazi had came into contact with a group of beings by the name of the Ashtar Command, y'all. Okay? And they did this, I want to say, back in the year about, this happened in the year about 1952, okay? When I told y'all these portals first opened over the White House, okay? And I showed a lot of y'all footage of these, not footage, but actual pictures of these spacecrafts actually hovering over the White House around that time. It's many pictures of this thing actually taking place, okay? But anyway, The beings came down at the time, if I'm not mistaken. I think Eisenhower was the president at the time. They came down wanting to speak to him, but he was already warned because there were already other extraterrestrials that was living on this planet already. And one of them went by the name of Val Thor. It's actually pictures out there. You can go look up Val Thor and see who it is that he is, okay? He actually was living in the not the octagon, but the Pentagon at the time, okay? And he warned them about these beings. He came from the planet Venus. He said, these beings, if they show up, don't trust them. They're not trustworthy. So when they came over here asking the United States to actually drop their arms so that they could come in, you know, and give them some technology, and, you know, as long as they allowed them to actually take a group of people and actually use them as a way to study them, because the Greys wanted to study them at the time, y'all. Okay, so they gave him permission to come over, you know, but at the same time, he denied it because he was already warned. So what happened was they ended up going back into time, okay, and they ran into, I don't know if you guys know who, I can't think of her name at the time, Markovich. Y'all drop her name in the comment section if you know what her name is. Her name is something Markovich. I can't think of her name, y'all, but she was over the Theosophical Society, okay. Her and the other group of people, they went back and they talked to them, man, and they was pointed in the direction of, you know, Hitler, okay? And so when they went over there to Hitler, whatever happened, he was trying to recreate what it was that he seen when he was doing them. He wasn't trying to do what y'all think that he was doing, okay? But this is the story of how it is that he got the information that he got because he was working with the Ashtar Command, because they was using Hitler as basically a contactee for whatever it is that they wanted to do down here, y'all. So yeah, this ain't what they're going to tell you. Y'all do me a favor, like it up, share it, and drop them nines.
Dropped the nuke on Japan and so forth, and they were wary of our experimentation with nuclear devices and wars because they're sharing this planet as well. Pretty interesting story. And so Admiral Byrd's going down there with a fleet.
Natalie, put it in my inbox, please.
Not just a small fleet. He took over 3,000 people with him. This was a huge expedition. It was a military expedition. When he got down there, they had a situation where some of these flying objects were attacking some of their ships and actually destroyed some of them. Sent him back home packing with his tail between his legs. This is one of the top admirals, literally the top admiral in the world at the time for the United States military. And he said that we have a new enemy that can fly from pole to pole with extreme speed. Why would he make a statement like that? And then all of a sudden, you know, these Nazi, they are rumored to have these craft, which some of the designs have been found, called Hanabu. And these Hanabu craft had the capability of utilizing a couple different forms of propulsion. One was jets, so they can take off vertically. They had little jets that would thrust and take off vertically, but then from there they can shoot off horizontally. Well, they were using a device that was spinning in the center of the craft, and what it appears to be is they began to copy technology from the ancient Indian invaders. And
what I want y'all to remember is that when we was talking about this on YouTube, I told y'all that Shamballa is really the capital of Antarctica. Okay, well, Shamballa is actually the capital of Antarctica. It sits in the middle of it. Okay, or Antarctica, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. But anyway it go, I want you to know that this is like where the Galactic Federation, they meet here. They meet in Shamballa. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of spaceships that's going to be going in and out of there, because when these portals are opening up around the planet, a lot of these beings, they coming in and they going to the inner city, y'all.
Because they were sending his people all.
Some of them going into the ocean, because whether you want to believe it or not, it's civilizations that's under the ocean. When you look into Williams Cooper's book called Beware Pale Horse, he speaks about how, I think if they was on a Navy ship one time, and he had a lot of, you know, a lot of people would basically report seeing a lot of these spaceships come out of the water, okay?
Around the world to get knowledge on ancient technology. That's how they found these people in Antarctica. He even sent people to Tibet, Nazis to Tibet, to talk to the people in Tibet to find out about this ancient technology. He found out about Brahmanas, and these people supposedly in Antarctica helped him develop a couple of them, where they use a ferrofluid vortex engine. A ferrofluid is a liquid metal like mercury. And in the ancient Indian Vedas, if you take mercury and rotate it at a high rotation, a high RPM, and electrify it, you get something called anti-gravity. So he was utilizing something that had rotating discs underneath these round craft, according to eyewitness accounts, and also the schematics that were discovered during the collapse of Nazi Germany. And it's pretty interesting that I think besides the uranium that's down there in Antarctica, which obviously you know what uranium's used for, right? Nuclear power plants and also nuclear weapons. Admiral Byrd said there were mountains of coal with no ice caps. No ice caps, his exact words, and I can give you a copy to this video. His own mouth is saying, no ice. Mountains of coal that can satisfy the world's need for coal for a very, very, very long time. Also, there's plutonium down there. Again, so uranium and plutonium, we know that if you have a high level of plutonium and uranium, it's one of the easier elements that you can separate the atoms. You can split atoms very easily, which makes it high use for weaponry and also power plants. So that's why the government wanted access down there. That's why the Germans wanted access down there. And that's why after Germany fell, we had Project Paperclip, where we took.
Man, they wanted access down there because they know it's some technology down there that they need to have, y'all, okay? But see, the problem with that is that they do not have what it takes to get down there. So they had to, why you think they had to come with all these other countries, y'all? You got to think, they weren't the only ones that went over there. You see what I'm saying? They took, after they came over there, they done took Germany over there, China went over there. Like, I'm talking about several other countries, y'all, went over there and actually planted a flag over there and came to a mutual agreement that has not been broken, y'all. I'm talking about all this time has not been broken. That can't nobody come over there, wage war, do nothing over there. And this is why they only give travelers so much access to that piece of land, y'all. Okay? Because these beings down there like, man, look, we don't want y'all to be discovered because they don't want to be discovered. They don't want to be mixed in with what's going on this realm of reality because they have a whole nother reality. Okay, they have a disease control environment, meaning if you come down there, you getting swept. You got to take a drink to ensure that you don't catch no disease that could be sent out through their community. They have a basically just like this, y'all. They have a climate control environment, y'all. They live longer than you. They live thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. They don't want to be. They don't want to be around that, y'all. You have to understand that they understand and understand that. Look, you are destroying this plane, the planet. They are concerned about that to begin with because the type of technology they have allows them to watch over us to begin with. You see what I'm saying? It allows them to watch over us to begin with. But I want you to know this, man. You have to understand that just as what's about to get ready to take place now when we talk about Nibiru coming back close to this plane of planet and they're getting close to those what is known as auric clouds or, ice clouds that sits about 50 to 500 astronomical units away from the sun, y'all. It's going to cause a momentary disruption that's going to cause a meteorite shower to take place, y'all, okay? And you have to understand that the ones who will survive, I can guarantee you, they're going to be under the ground. They're going to go over there to Shambala, y'all, because this is history. This is how you think ancient civilizations have gotten there, y'all. Sacred civilizations, y'all, that live in Shambala. They're built different. They do not want to be mixed in with what's going on up here because then it's going to become a tourist site. And like I say, they don't really want no problem with that, man. Y'all drop that 9 for me, man. Real talk, man. Drop that 9 for me. They don't want no smoke with them, baby. I'm telling you, they don't want no smoke with them, bro. Because they got what I'm talking about. And look, you have to understand that when I talk about a noble group that was down there at one point in time, these are the ancient beings that came from the 19th galaxy, the Elohim. We talking about the ancient ones, the council. They were down here for a moment of time, okay? Because one of their stars went out as a result of Nibiru coming by as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was I don't know if it was Sirius B or Sirius A. One of those stars actually went out as a result of Nibiru coming out. It drained it of its last little light. So some of them had to come here and they had to scavenge here and they had to hide here until radioactive to the sun within inside that Earth became radioactive. It started to activate. It started to shoot out like radioactive like flares. Okay, which is what our sun is doing right now. All right. So they had to dig. Some of them dug deeper. Some of them dug deeper into the ground, y'all. Okay, while others they got up out of there. They started to go to other plane and planets. So yeah, it's real, y'all. So. But I want y'all to pay attention to how, as above, so below. As below, so above, right? The same thing that happened down there is now taking place on this planet. Ozone layer is gone. I'm talking about, when I say the ozone layer, I mean the magnosphere, the magnetic field. It no longer exists there, y'all. It no longer exists there. And this is why I always say, y'all, the solar flares ain't going to do nothing but get worse to the point of, well, it is going to knock out the lights. It's going to knock out everything. That's because This planet is coming closer. And that's just, I'm telling y'all, man, that's just, ain't no way to sum it up, y'all. This planet is coming closer that they want y'all to believe that don't exist.
All the scientists from Germany that had learned all this wisdom and knowledge, and we brought them to America. People think Project Paperclip was just a small number of Nazis. We took over 2,000 Nazis with us and brought them to America. And I know that they were developing at the time Hanabu number 4, which supposedly never got killed. He escaped in Hanabu number 4 to Argentina, which is very, very close to where? Antarctica. If you look at Google Sky right now on the computer and look down on Antarctica, you'll find bases from, research bases from every major country in the world there. And you'll also find the Rockefeller Foundation base as well. So Admiral Byrd was right. It's the #1 place
Why is Rockefeller name always in some shit, y'all?
in the world for technology research is right down there in Antarctica. We know that Antarctica was not a frozen tundra for 12 million years, like mainstream science says 12 million years to build up all this ice. No, that's not accurate. We know this because of the Perry Reese map. The Perry Reese map shows Antarctica what it looked like without ice on it, and that's not even that old. So we know that Antarctica shifted into that spot. How? Because we know that Antarctica is surrounded by tectonic plates. And so that landmass was on a plate that slipped and there was something called a pole shift of the crust of the Earth, which shifted it from a more habitable climate into the position it is now. And that's why the animals that are being uncovered from the ice were flash frozen with undigested.
So what I'm trying to look at it like that. I guess he's saying is that when the shift took place, it caused it, because you have to understand, bro, platonic shifts, poles and things like that, it's all associated with the return of Nibiru. So whatever shift took place caused it to become cold over there is what he's saying. And this is the same shift that happens every 3,800 years, y'all. I keep telling you, the proof is in the dirt. If you want to look for your history, it's in the dirt. A lot of these bones and stuff that they telling y'all they been digging up, man, they just now. Look, that ain't no longer than about, I guarantee you, about 6,000 years ago. All them dinosaur bones they was finding, when they digging in, they find these whole cities. Man, these civilizations, man, are from about 3,800 years ago. And I'm just using my common sense saying this. Y'all like it up and share it and drop them nines, man. Understand what I'm trying to tell you. Because if you think about it, this plane of planet comes back about every 3,600 years. Anywhere between 3,600 years to 3,800 years, y'all. Every 3,600 years, all the way up into 3,800 years, this plane of planet goes through what is known as a reset, y'all. Because the planet Nibiru, which is a binary sun, a twin to our sun, y'all, comes back around. Therefore, that means that every 3,600 years, it's a meteorite shower that takes place on this planet that in some way, form, or fashion annihilates the existing life that was here. You see what I'm saying? And so, therefore, those who survived, they had to go underground, which is what you seeing the billionaires do right now. Make no mistake. You see what I'm saying? Those who survived, they had to go underground. This is just common sense. Ain't nobody got to tell me that. Ain't no book got to tell me that. Ain't no nothing got to tell me that. You see what I'm saying? That's common sense. If we going off of the ideology and the thought process of this plane of planet coming around every 3,600 years, and make no mistake, this is the same ending that they're telling you about in Revelation from a biblical standpoint, y'all. Make no mistake. Glad you made it, Sylvester, St. Gillen. You see what I'm saying? Make no mistake. You feel me? This is the same ending that you hear about from a biblical standpoint. This is just the truth of how it's happening. This ain't them trying to water it down to you and make you think that somebody finna come back and he gonna cause all it. No, this is what they tell you gonna happen. Is the Son of God, because God created the Son, right? So they're saying that the Son of God is going to return, and when he returns, when the Son of God returns, right? Guess what? You're gonna know that it's back, because you're gonna see it's gonna be tornadoes, it's gonna be tsunamis, it's gonna be mudslides, it's gonna be whatever you can name, it's gonna be that. You see what I'm saying? And it's been recorded time and time again, right? You feel me? And we know that because the dinosaurs became extinct from this same meteorite shower. So this is why I'm saying even the dinosaurs, I don't believe is no longer, they're no older than about 5,000 years. Kim say reptiles, underground reptiles shine your light. We know about that. I'm just saying, but like if you really, this is why I know it's other things that exist beyond what we think it is, and that's because when you think about how many times the planet has been resetted, how many times the dirt had to has been piled on it in terms of for the meteorite shower after all of the dust settled, all of that dust cloud from all the eruptions and things like that, which caused more land to come up and cover the land that was there before. It had to happen that way in order for you to be able to dig down and find whole civilizations, you're talking about whole towns. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no way around it.
Food in their stomachs. And there's an entire advanced civilization there, including some of the largest pyramids on Earth, right in Antarctica. Like they make the one at Giza, the Great Pyramid, look like dune buggy. I mean, these things are super massive. A couple things we know, like one of the pyramids is 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. The height is just, it's massive. It's way up there. It's in the thousands of feet. But also, one former military person that was a source for Linda Moulton Howe, this was on a documentary she was in. She said that source told her, after going down there for research, I guess in private security, that it was still emitting some type of exotic energy, which is pretty interesting because that was the second time I heard a statement like that. The first time was on a documentary that came on Discovery Channel about the Bermuda Triangle when they found those pyramids off the coast of Cuba down there, right? Which is clearly scanned, everybody knows that they exist. But this guy was taking he would get off the boat and take like a dinghy out to float to the center area, and he said the same thing. Some type of exotic energy was draining his batteries on his cameras. He had to try 3 times to get this thing recorded properly. He said exotic energy. And what's interesting is if you take a perfect line and draw it from the tip of the Bermuda Triangle, the center of the Bermuda Triangle, straight through the Earth, you come out at the Yonaguni Pyramid at the Dragon's Triangle in Japan, which is also rumored to have disappearances and exotic energy and all this other crazy stuff. So in some way, these...
And that's a prime example of what I mean. You see, it's a whole civilization underwater, y'all. A whole civilization underwater. Now, if it's a whole civilization underwater, imagine what they're going to discover when this planet tilts again. All that water is going to shift. It's going to shift to the other side. You see what I'm saying? So what's buried beneath there from the last 3,800 years when this shift took place? Y'all like it up and share it if you know what I'm like. Bro, this is common sense, bro. We have to like everything that they've told us, y'all, is a lie. It's a lie, y'all. You feel me? And I do truly 100 believe that they in contact with these beings, y'all. Excuse me, they're in contact with them. How you think they're able to survive or think that they're going to survive this shift? Huh? Because look, they like, man, excuse me, they like, man, we're going to do it better. We're going to do it better than what they did. You see what I'm saying? If they had to go live underground, man, we finna make plus size cities under there, and they could do it because they already done it. They already had plus size cities, y'all, underground. You see what I'm saying? But they like, oh, we know, because I'm talking about when you get deep into military, deep in the CIA, deep in the FBI and things like that, man, you hear things, you know what I'm saying? In some cases, you see things, people elevate that's around you that you may have rocked with, you know what I'm saying? They hear things, they come back with some type of story, you feel what I'm saying? Sway you to secrecy, you feel me? So yeah, they know that all these other beings exist out here, y'all. This is why they taking that note. They say, okay, well, if they did it, guess what? We're going to do it better. We're going to go down there. We're going to live plus size cities, man. Hey, build up some of these electrical cars, man, because we ain't going to be able to use gas when we get down here, but we're going to need transportation because we talking about building the whole city. You feel me? Yeah, Illinois going to still exist. It's just going to be underground. You feel what I'm saying? Indiana going to still exist. It's going to be underground. Georgia going to still exist. California going to still exist. We're going to need the means to See, ain't nobody thinking how I'm thinking when it comes to this type of stuff. Yeah. Ain't nobody thinking how I'm thinking, y'all. Y'all drop them nines up, man. Ain't nobody thinking the way I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking long term. I'm like, man, these people is really finna go down here and build the whole civilization, y'all. They don't want to be down there with the ancients. No. They don't want to be down there with the ancients, y'all. They want their own civilization. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? Why you think they got the cars? The electrical cars. You see what I'm saying? They can use them underground in the tunnels, y'all. They can use them underground in the tunnels. Okay, we could put these same underground tunnels under there. Because if we could run some wire up here, half the time we had the wire underground, I know we could run it up here somewhere. You see what I'm saying? And look, let me tell y'all, they're exhausting every thought process of how they gonna have to end up using this. Believe me when I tell y'all this, man. Believe me when I tell y'all this, man. Like, it get crazy.
Pyramid structures around the world are all linked with potentially portals of some type or energetic portals. There's a guy who's got a new show on my TV network called, his name is Brad Olson. It's called The Secrets of Antarctica. He went down there. He pulled up on the research facilities. He had to get approval to come on land. They wouldn't let him inside of the facilities, but he did get a chance to go down there. So people who say it's impenetrable and no human being no civilian can get there, that's actually not true. You actually can. It's very expensive and it's very taxing on the body, but you can get down there. There's an opening next to these research facilities, a 30-meter wide opening. You can see it on Google Earth. And this is why I believe they made this treaty, this sharing of information treaty or whatever. And when you look at it, like, what's in there? Now, why are they over here? And why are they so close to this gigantic opening? What's in there? I think the answer is whatever Admiral Byrd came across or whatever they're coming across, I think it's linked. I think there's a remnant of an ancient civilization in there that possibly is still there and they're in communication with them, in my opinion. Another thing that backs this up, I took a remote viewing course with Major Ed Dames, Project Stargate, former CIA, United States. His project was for remote viewing, so I took a course with him several years. He was my direct teacher. There's pictures of me with this man. And he told me that there's beings that have easy and free access to come and go as they please from Antarctica. He told me a few other things, but that was one of the things that kind of stood out. And he says they come and go as they please because nobody can stop them.
Nobody can stop them, y'all, because guess what? They carry ancient technology, okay? While this world up here perishes every 3,806 years, whatever, they never perish, y'all. They continue to grow and prosper, and those who survive, who they allow to live amongst them, bring new technology as well. They have something to offer the world, y'all, okay? They vibrated at a different frequency. So when that calamity came, they was able to survive it, therefore being able to go to the new world. You see what I'm saying? Y'all better wake up, bro. I keep telling y'all all this stuff is real. They're just hiding it from you very well because they don't want everybody getting to the point of where they want to, go do an excavation or something like that. Y'all see what I'm saying? They don't want y'all up here, digging underground, looking for Shambala. Them people don't want to be bothered down there. Understand that, but I want you to know this, man. Some of you carry their bloodline because it's times where they did come up and mate, and you have to know that, they still up here making now because a lot of these individuals look like you, okay? It's a lot of them that live down there that look exactly like you, and they choose to come up here and they choose to live a life like a mortal. Some of them tired of living, y'all. They don't even want to live no more, y'all. You have to understand, they've mastered that, y'all. They've conquered death. They understand that death is nothing more than a disease, and that's why they got their whole setup the way they got it set up, y'all. Yeah. They know that death ain't nothing more than a disease, y'all. You feel me? Y'all the only ones who afraid of death. They done conquer death, boy. They know how not to transition. Say that's probably how white people lost their melon. Now you have to understand. Like we can get down to the who was that? Jadisha. I apologize if I'm not saying your name right. I'm just gonna say Amber Henderson. Okay, but see, no, the reason that they actually lost their melon when we get into the traditional 6 ether being. Now, we could talk about this from 7 different levels. They have a history too. As a matter of fact, they have some people down there, that was associated with them as well. You feel me? And that's because, a lot of them come from the Pleiades star system. It was a lot of stuff that was being done around that time when we get into the way things were created. You see what I'm saying? Like when we get into the creation of things, you feel me? You had another group. So, because even when we talk about the ones that got cool, did a grafting program from, they talk about him separating the gene from the gene in terms of like taking the weaker from the stronger, all right? And that was through a process of continuous rebirth and just expelling the ones that had the stronger gene in them. Therefore, he could continuously basically get out weaker genes, which would be the lighter gene. You see what I'm saying? And so that's how another group of people was created. But when you go deeper down there, it was a lighter shade of group of people that was down there, and they were associated with other, like when we get into the cone heads, we know it was darker ones. They were connected to basically the noble ones that was down there. They was like an off-breed of the Anunnaki, the noble ones, how can I say it, like the Elohim that was down there, okay? But yeah, it get deep, y'all. It get deep because I know a lot of people, man, they get into the ideology of, the whole thought process of the Petri dish. They get, caught up in the Yakub. But yeah, it's a bigger story than that, which we're going to get into on YouTube if you're rocking with me on YouTube. Most definitely. And if you over on YouTube, man, please pound that like button up, man, and share it. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 likes over there, y'all. Please. All right? But yeah, y'all, it get deep, y'all. It get real deep, y'all. You feel me? Can't nobody stop these beings because they have that technology. They're feeding them technology. They have, like, when we talk about these gateways that's opening up, they know how to open them up, y'all, already. They don't need their help. They probably got ancient stargates down there, all that. They daring the motherfucker to come down there. They ain't the only ones down there. You got a group of people that, when we talk about these known as the Shaggies, right? Or these will be your traditional Bigfoots. They down there, y'all. I think we're going to talk about the Shaggies a little bit later on YouTube today, okay? And then you got the reptilians down there, okay? Some of them live amongst them, all right? You also got your insectoids. They're down there, okay? Then you got like your cone heads. I can't think of the name today. I think the Terros, what they call the Terros. Then you have the Deros, which is the off-breed of the six ethers, or the so-called white people, right? It's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on under there. It's really diverse. You have humans under there. You have people like there's just regular beings that's under there, y'all. It's a diverse group under there, but you ain't finna just come down there. Ain't a way around that. You feel me? So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below, man. And with that being said, man, y'all make sure y'all get over to YouTube. Follow me on YouTube at I'm Awakened, man, because we finna cut up. We're going to get on there a little bit later, y'all. We're going to talk about the whole Shamballa. We're going to get into it. And if you want to know about it, I suggest you get over there and dig into the videos that we have already put out concerning Shamballa, concerning Antarctica, all right? Because we got into the meaning of it, what Shamballa mean, you feel me? When we got into Antarctica, which means, the hole, through the hole. We got into the etymology of words, y'all. We dug into that real good. So get over to YouTube, check that video up and catch up so that when we do go live, y'all know what time it is, all right? And with that being said, man, I just want to leave y'all as I came. I want you guys to always be aware, because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashay.